right, is the offer. And so the offer isn't just the product. Offer does not equal the product. The offer equals the product and something I get for acting now. Right? However you put it. There's a bonus involved. Something else I get for taking action now. Right? I get something for acting for doing business with you now. Direct marketing. It's the seventh thing. Eighth, internet marketing. Powerful, right? So internet marketing is search engines. And so, or we call search engine optimization, so that there is so when a person has a website, this website, it's not just, we don't want it to be a billboard, right? We want people who are looking for information to solve their problem to find us, right? And so our website is organized so that we have content about all the problems that people have. So our website becomes less. So the billboard's going to be the front, going to be the face, right? And tell people all the cool stuff about us. We're cool. We've been in business all these years. We're your best friends and that kind of stuff. We need to have that. But the real website is all the other stuff behind it. And it is these articles organized by categories. Right? So the categories, and the search engines will tell us the categories, right? So the search engines tell us what the category should be. And each of these categories have these articles. And these articles are going to be back to these 10 things. You know? What are the things that people are really asking questions about? What are things they're really concerned about? What are things they're really thinking about? And so they go looking on the internet in their local area, or whatever the case is. They're trying to solve this problem. And what happens is they run into this article written by Paul. And Paul says, hey, if here's something that you need to be thinking about. And at the end of the article, Paul says, hey, I have something that you can get free. Put your name and email address in here. And I'll send you this special report on the, 7 foods that help you to, maintain your weight. Right? So internet marketing is the 8th thing. And then the 9th thing, we've already covered number 10, is it's sort of like community marketing and PR, but it is education, right? So in information publishing, we're looking to sell. Education online is education. So we want to be in Kindle. We want to be doing webinars. And this is a way for me to come and learn something now. And at the end of this webinar, we tell people that they can become part of our email list, or they can buy something here. But the point is not to sell as much as it is to educate me. The topics are going to be these things. So the same things we're writing emails about, we're going to teach about. We're going to teach about on a webinar. Now, we do this one time. We create these webinars one time, and then we run them. They're called automated webinars. And we want to treat them like an event, right? Because if we treat them like an event, then people don't come whenever they want to. So they become like on June 14th at 10 a.m. And there are ways to set the software up to do that. we're going to be there's going to be a webinar on, on the science of diabetes. Make sure you're there. If you have any questions, write them there in the box, and then you'll see the questions later. You send them an email back, answer the questions. But they're going to watch an automated webinar. It's going to be the same webinar that you recorded here, and you could have recorded this back 8 months ago. But this webinar runs once a week. So how do people find out about it? Well, then this is where we go back to our ad spend. We either send them there by advertising. We can get them there through our website and SEO, right? We can get them there. Through social media, right? So social media is great for this, right? Social media is, hey, you know what? And because what happens is when the webinar is awesome, people say, I cannot believe what I learned on this webinar. You got to go check this thing out. And so they send it to somebody else. And so these webinars run weekly, daily, whatever the case is, whatever the business dictates. But social media and SEO, that's how we get people to the webinars. And so those are the 10 fundamentals, even that go into whether it's internet marketing, newspaper marketing, whatever the case is, all goes into that very thing. So that is the. I know you probably got to run, but that's yeah. Okay. So any questions? I'm happy to answer.
Well, again, the constraints I run into are, and this is the mistake I made with my last business, because I was trained as a doctor, not a businessman. With my last business, I created, a practice of 10,000 people, and the whole business hinged on me. My name was on the side of the building.
Right. Yeah.
My name, it was Boston Family Medicine.
Right. Yeah.
It was built on Paul Baughman, and I basically created myself a job.
Yep.
I did not create a business. I created myself a job. And if I wasn't there slaving away 12, 14 hours a day, it went sideways.
Right. Yep.
If I wasn't there saying, reminding my employees, the patients come first, patient satisfaction, customer satisfaction, settle down, they're sick, they're cranky, that's our job. We have to deal with sick, cranky people all day.
Right, yeah.
Reminding them that we're here and we're making the world a better place, giving them, being the cheerleader. I never succeeded in creating this funnel and this self-propagating. And you're right. The sad part is I've got the capability to do webinars. I did a video over 2 years ago and never released it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good too. But I didn't know how to edit it. And there were a couple glitches in there, and so I wasn't proud of it. So I didn't put it up there.
Yeah.
It was informational. The people that watched were like, "Wow, that's pretty good." But it was. I never went forward with it. And I'm trying desperately to avoid making the same mistakes. My first business, like I said, was successful. I was in the 99th percentile of physician earners.
Sounds like it with all the patients.
For my field, I was making a specialist salary, which for primary care to make a specialist salary is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very successful, but I was working 12 hours a day. That didn't come for free, And when you figure out how much I was working versus a regular doctor working 8 hours a day for a hospital system, was I really making so much more than him? Because I was working.
You're working, right? Yeah, exactly.
More than he was. I had to run the business in addition to seeing 30 patients a day. So I'm not sure if I was really spinning my wheels for all those years, or if I really created something. But at the end of the day, I know that it wasn't worth anything to anyone except me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, and I'm running into the same thing now. I've got patients that want appointments. If I open up my schedule, I I open up 4 hours, it's full.
It's full.
So, and I almost wonder if I'm wasting money on some of this stuff, because I'm still paying, $350 a month for this. I'm still paying $200 a month for this, and it keeps the patients rolling in. But again, like I said, I'm trying to avoid creating a job for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, and I like to help people. That is actually my main goal. But like you said, and I've been thinking about the book thing. I've been thinking about writing a weight loss book, and I've already started doing the meetup. But like I have the meetup, and people are signing up for the meetup.
Sure.
Left and right. I've got like 45 people on the free side.
Yeah.
And then on the workshop side, where you have to pay, $30 or $40 a month, there's nobody.
Right, yeah.
So, and the other thing I run into is I've got all this excitement. People get excited when they see about it. They read because basically when it comes to bariatricians, board certified obesity medicine doctors, I'm it in Harrisburg. Like there are no other, there's one other one, and they work in a feeder clinic for surgery.
Right.
So there is
Yep.
nobody else doing what I do with the qualifications that I have. So when you talk about unique and what sets us apart, no problem.
Yeah, that's already
I have
you.
No problem getting people in through the front door. We're so busy that I could easily, and that's what I'm trying to do is get the capital to do the rest of this. But they come in and they want to see a physician and get their prescription. How do you catch downstream revenue from that? I've never gone to a doctor and said, "Hey, I'm going to sign you up for this course that you do at home."
Mm-hmm.
So how do you and I wonder if would you lose some face with your patients if you come at them like that, like, "Hey, this guy's not a doctor, he's a salesman." I don't want to lose my cred as a specialist and an expert in the field.
Right.
Because medicine, it's like a social exchange versus a money exchange.
I get it.
So when you go to your mother-in-law's, and she makes this wonderful turkey dinner, and you say, "Hey, Gladys, I want to give you $50 for this meal."
Right, yeah.
She'd smack you.
Right, yeah.
Because it's a social exchange, and you just made it a monetary exchange. And it's not worth it for $50 for her to put all of that time and effort, but she'll do it for free.
Correct.
So, when you go to a doctor, you've got this feeling like, especially Americans, the way the third-party payer system
Mm-hmm.
is set up, they're not used to paying their physician, and they're not used to paying for that expert. The one guy I worked with that made me a success was the guy that said, "You got to send every patient out with something." Chris Conley. He was a great businessman in addition to being a great doctor. Expert in the field, and he did exactly what you said. You cannot open up like the New England Journal of Medicine,
Mm-hmm.
Family Practice Journal.
Yep.
You open up any journal, and if there's an article on back pain, guess who's cited?
Yeah, he's right.
Chris Conley.
Right, yeah.
He's one of the top 10 experts in the country, simply because he writes articles and he's good at it.
Yep.
And he said everybody that comes in needs to get something. If it's ibuprofen, if it's an ACE wrap, if it's an ice pack, do not send them out that door, Paul, without something, because they will feel like you shortchanged them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, based on his advice, I took that to heart. I send people out, if they've got a boo-boo, they go out with an ACE wrap. Those ACE wraps cost me 50 cents a piece. But with them leaving with it, they've
Something
got
tangible.
Perceived value. So how do I get a perceived value in something that's intangible? Or what do that's where I'm struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And you even said it, and it rings true. I was thinking that before you even said it. The initial point of sale is not where the money's at.
Right.
And that's all I ever get is the initial point of
Right.
sale. And I'm
Right.
breaking even on my advertising.
Yep.
More than breaking even. It keeps me in a job.
Yep.
But I'm not generating any of this downstream revenue, because as soon as I start to think about it, even in my own mind, I'm like, God, am I slimy? Am I just a money grubber? Am I squeezing these people for money when they're really just coming to me for help?
Right. Now there are a couple of fantastic. There are a couple of things, and that is this. These people, right? These people, let's say, they don't have to be the people that come through the practice, because there are some people who will never come in for whatever reason. But because weight loss is such a stigma, they will buy these things because, number one, and it's funny, I know a guy. One of the big things in Kindle, right? And this is a little off color, but I'll tell you anyway. Is Kindle right now is huge for, you know what the fastest selling category is on Kindle?
Romance?
Close. Erotica. Now, and the reason is because people can buy it, it's cheap, and they can have it on their Kindle, and so they can kind of be, right, exactly.